Hey everyone, this is part 2 of my visit to Ghana. So, on this specific day was the day that I went to Cape Coast slave trade. I woke up about 6 a.m., got ready. I visited a couple of places before I went to Cape Coast. I toured the different small cities in Ghana before I got to Cape Coast. Went by a few different buildings. Also drove by the LA General Hospital, but I think it may be pronounced La General Hospital. Usually, what I was told that is usually for the military, but with a lot of people being sick, they open it up to the public. So I went past there. Then I drove by a few properties. From what I was told that $1 is about $5 Ghanaian. So buying property over in Ghana is basically incredible. From what I was told, you can take $100,000 of US money over there, and that's like a $500,000 home over in Ghana. With land included. You don't have to pay property taxes on your home. Your home is your home. So that's a really great idea. But before I got to Cape Coast, I had to travel about 45 minutes in the Uber car to get to the first point of travel to get in a van to go to Cape Coast. So I went through and toured all these different small little basically shops that people sold their goods every day. Outdoors at 5 a.m. all these thousands of people selling everything that they make, that they grow, that they find. They sell it every day to make ends meet. And I have talked to several people while I was there, and a normal monthly income for most people there is probably, hopefully, $50 a month. So just seeing all these people trying to make ends meet is amazing, just to be grateful for what we have in the United States. Just seeing all these different people selling stuff like for basically a little bit of nothing to us, but it's something to them. 5 CDs is what they call Ghanaian money CDs. So 5 CDs to them is like 89 cents of US dollars. And these people in Ghana or Africa, period, they do this every day, basically hustle. How much is it? Try to make ends meet for themselves and their family every single day. To me, it's heartbreaking to see that child labor is real, to see babies younger than 6 years old going from vehicle to vehicle trying to sell goods, trying to sell their products to try to make money for the night, for the week. It's sad to me, but it's teaching them to care and take care of their family. I think that kids should be outside playing, having fun, and that's not the same to them. They have to make ends meet, which everybody have to make ends meet for them, for their families, but it's a little bit different when your parents don't have the necessary means to make it happen. So you have to do what you have to do as a child, as a teenager, as an adult. And I totally get it, just being there in Ghana. Finally, after going to the second drop off point to go to Cape Coast, I was there for about 1 hour waiting for the van to be filled, seeing all of these people around, once again selling stuff. The traffic is busy nonstop. And this was about, at this time, about 8:30 a.m. maybe, when I arrived there, and we had to wait for about 1 hour until the van filled with people. So when it finally filled, we took off. It took about 2.5 hours. We drove through Wannabe. It may be pronounced Wannabe. I'm not for sure how to pronounce it, but it took about 1 hour to get there and to see all the beautiful land that you can purchase in Ghana, basically for a little bit of nothing. Seeing at the gas stations people pump gas for you, or they're opening doors for you to come in. Like, the level of respect that people have for other people, I can honestly say I haven't experienced too much of that. While driving to Cape Coast in Wanaba, we had to stop at the gas station, and the young lady at the gas station, she pumped the gas into the van, and I haven't seen that in years. And that's pretty cool to see that they still do that for tips. And just driving through to see all these small shops, to think that a coconut is usually brown. I never knew that a coconut was green first and then turned brown. Finally arriving to Cape Coast, had to get out the van to find a Uber car to take me to the slave castle, and drove by an all-girls school and met some amazing little kids. One of the little girls had given me a ring for friendship and peace that I will forever cherish. Finally arriving to Cape Coast, I was really nervous because I heard so many stories about the Cape Coast Castle, how when you leave in there, you hear the stories, you cry, you get emotional. Some people leave feeling like so much hatred towards European people. I was so nervous about my feelings for this moment after I left, but I enjoyed the moment while I was there, and I tried my best to pay attention word by word. Cape Castle was the largest slave trade on Cape Coast, about 300 miles long and surrounded by water, by a huge ocean. The stone and the foundation remain intact from the original state of when it was built.
A river called Slave River. That was where they took their last African bath. From there they walked into the castle. Here in the castle, the first port of call was the Palava Hall. That was where our ancestors were auctioned. From the Palava Hall, they brought them here. Here, branding irons were heated. They used those branding irons to brand them for easy identification. After the branding, they were separated. Male captives were held down here, whilst the female captives were held in the female captives dungeon. So join me in the male captives dungeon, but mind your steps as you walk over here. It's slippery, so it's advisable that you walk in the middle. Please.
So the slaves were put down here.
This way.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are now in the male captives dungeon. My guest, the male captives dungeon has 5 chambers. This is the very first chamber. We'll soon go through the rest of the chambers. Now the 5 chambers were designed for 1,000 men at a time. 1,000 men at a time, which means that 200 men in each of the chambers are put among other materials into the ocean. And so you can imagine the offensive smell here at the time.
So they threw up in those little parts? Wow.
You can imagine the mosquitoes here at the time. You can imagine the house flies here at the time. Diseases. We know that the heat injuring alone for 2 weeks to 3 months. And they lost their feelings as human beings. Today, we are all advocating for human rights. They had no right to do anything. They were not considered as human beings. They were treated as... This is an African traditional temple, a shrine of deity. Here is brighter. We have some reeds over here. Now this shrine wasn't part of the dungeon system. Once our ancestors were here, this wasn't here. From this side to that end, there was a tunnel, underground passage. They used to walk through to join the boats then onto the ships. The tunnel was closed around 1833 when the trade was abolished in these dungeons. We can't walk through because of the fact that it's been closed. However, we will soon walk on it and look at part of it. It's about 72 meters. Now this is one of the 77 shrines in Cape Coast. Before the arrival of the Europeans, our ancestors used to worship the Almighty God, the supreme being through natural things, such as rocks, rivers, mountains, trees, among other 8, 10 feet deep, 5 feet wide, 4 of them.
So how did they get the water out of here?
So they used rope and buckets to fetch.
Oh my God, this is...
Yeah.
I want... So they just have to put the bucket in here?
Hey, good afternoon. How are you?
Wow.
Good.
Hello.
It's the source of water for our ancestors. Okay. Where they were going. A soldier stood here to instruct them to keep moving. Hey, move, move. They were moving though, but none of them knew where they were going. Parts of the tunnel. Stand here. Look at it after we continue. Parts of the underground passage.
So it's stairs that go down there?
No.
There's no stairs? They were just getting forced in there.
They had to leave from the shrine there, like
Mm-hmm.
on the ground.
Oh, wow. Seeing the female dungeons and hearing how bad they were treated,
giving them some lashes, they brought them here. They locked
they
them up.
used the hole to poop in, to use the bathroom in, and a small hole to be fed their food was unimaginable. The things that they had to go through in these dungeons.
Palava hole. Palava. No, palava is a Portuguese word. It means to bargain or to negotiate, to talk. And so as our ancestors were marched down to the castle, here was the first port of call. Doctors and governors called many years ago. One governor lived here at a time. Look at the differences between this place and the dungeons. Think about it. Governors called. Let's move to the bedroom.
So they had sunlight. They had fresh air.
Fresh air.
The place was clean.
Clean.
Windows.
Windows.
This is crazy.
Governor's bedroom many years ago. One governor lived here at a time. Look at the differences between this place and the dungeons. Think about it. Now you might have heard so much as far as the subject matter is concerned. You might have read a lot of literature. You might have watched a lot of series, documentaries, movies. You might have even specialized in history, but have
Now today, on the outside of the slave castle, people have set up shop to sell their merchandise. Approaching the door of no return, I was afraid to see what was on the
Those who
opposite
died
side
were
of this
thrown
door.
into the sea for the fishes to eat them up. Those that were found sick and weak were equally thrown into the sea for the fishes to eat them up. They spent about a month to 3 before getting to the new world, depending on the direction of the wind, the weather, and their household destination. 22 years ago, Ghana celebrated the first Emancipation Day, Freedom Day, to commemorate the end of slavery. The occasion was dubbed the Great Home.
Seeing all of these thousands of people right next to the Cape Coast Castle, living right on the opposite side of the castle that you couldn't even see, it was a sight to see. Seeing these huge seashells for the first time. I've been to oceans and beaches before, but nothing like this. Seeing how the city is still in good shape. It's something to see in person.
Your name for me.
My name on IG is Nana Kojo.
Okay.
I'm the artist in Cape Coast Castle.
Okay.
This is what I do to support the education.
Okay.
And I do export too. So if you mind to do an export business with me, you can just...
What's your number? Say your number so then I can put it. What's your number?
My Ghana number
Mm-hmm.
is 055 7190 353.
Okay.
That's the WhatsApp line.
Okay.
The art in Ghana that the kids painted, the people painted was amazing. I couldn't pass it up. I had to buy the picture with the elephant. But the ride back home, it was about 2.5 hours on the van, and then had to wait for an Uber to come. And it took me about 45 minutes to get back to the hotel. I was exhausted. The streets were still full of people. I was ready to get to the hotel and relax. But when I got back to the hotel, I went to the bar and I got a chance to meet the owner, well, one of the owners of the Afro tequila made in Ghana. It was some amazing, I love the word amazing. It was some amazing tequila. I had to buy a bottle. And the food was absolutely good. I had some chicken pizza. It was really good. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to my video in Accra, Ghana. Please like, subscribe, share, and once again, tune in for more videos in the near future.